Hello, this is Babainno for you, God's Advocate International. We are still on the success series, and I want to share something with you on this success series. After sharing the impossibilities, nothing, and the inspirational talk on between the guru and the man that needed success with all means, by all means, and with all breath. I want to share with you something very important again, which I believe will be an inspiration for you guys also. Um, Still on the success series, this is a brief inspirational talk for you guys so that you can know how to make decisions and every stage you find yourself in life. There are a lot of people today that because they've made the wrong decision, you know they have find themselves, um, being dealt with seriously with by situations and by things based on the decision they took in different stage of their life. And some people that were successful, you know they today they are really paying the price due to the decisions they took, you know in different stage of their life. We have seen a lot of people that were successful. You can read the stories of people like Mike Tyson. You can read the story of a lot of people like that they were successful. If you go to Nigeria, there are a lot of Nigerian football players or African football players that were successful, and today you see them that they are roaming the street. They don't even have a dollar in their pocket. And some that due to this have committed suicide. Because they can't they weren't able, uh, um, to face the shame. Let me put it like that. To face the shame years of after years and years of working hard and everything like that, of being at the peak. Due to one or two decisions you took in different stage in life, you find yourself in a great shame. Some find it difficult, to assume this, and some have committed suicide, and some are still have taken into drunkenness. You can, if you read the story of Paul Gascoigne of England, and some other players and some other sports personalities, some businessmen, some successful people that have really gone through that shame, and some also that have took some decisions while they were doing things in life, Marian Jones and people that took into drug, to enhance them towards the activities they were doing, or towards sport. Armstrong, different stories, so what I just want to bring to you is that whatever decisions you take, it is very, very important in life. That is why we must be very, very um, conscious of things around us, the decisions we take. We must, um, at every stage in life, try to take the best step, with all kind of patience, with all kind of thought, with all kind of responsibility. You don't just take decisions because you want to take decisions, and tomorrow you're regretting it, and this will really do a great blow into your life. I want to just briefly share a story based on this inspirational talk, about a couple. They got married, and things weren't rosy. The man lost his job, and they were living from hand to mouth. Things were very difficult for them because um, they are young couples, got married with every joy and happiness, to raise their family and everything. But Unluckily for this man, he lost his job and things became difficult. They were unable to pay their rents. They were unable to to cater for themselves financially. So the man, after exhausting every um, ideas he had and everything like that, he came one day. He came home and said to his wife that I'm going to a foreign land. I'm gonna look for job there and do, and probably I can raise money or something like that, and I'll come back, but I'll get you informed and everything. And the wife said, well, if that is the best thing we can do to move out of this shit, then good. And he left to a foreign land. And when he got to a foreign land, he got a job. When he got a job, and he wrote a letter to his wife and said, see, um I've gotten a job, and I'm gonna be here for the next 10, 20 years again, because I have to do this job and raise enough money and everything like that. And don't be annoyed if I can't um, write you frequently or things like that, ta 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 ta. And when he took the job, he said to his boss, he said, look, I have this problem, so I want to work for you for 20 years. So in these 20 years, just I don't want you to get I don't want to get paid. Just put my money in a fixed deposit account. Then after 20 years, you can bring it out and give it to me, and I can go. And they had the agreement, and he started working. So after years and years, he wrote letter to his wife and no reply. No reply unknowingly for him, because where they were living, they've been ejected from the house, and so the wife moved to a different place. And here, when he wrote the letter, it was from a different direction. So they lost communication. That is what I just want you to know. They lost communication. So he worked there for 20 years. Then after 20 years of working there, somehow he got notified that his wife was staying at a so place, and he said, okay, good. Since she is there, she's good. I'm not gonna bother her. Then I'm going home. There's no problem. This 20 years now, and I'm going home to see my wife. And he said to his boss that we had this agreement, and now it's 20 years. I have to go. And the boss said, good. It's been nice working with you and everything. So when do you want to leave? He said, tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to leave. And the boss said, so urgent? He said, yeah, because I want to go and see my wife and everything like that. He said, okay, good. And the boss said, so tomorrow I'm going to give you your money, but I want you to consider something. I'm going to give you three advice. I'm going to give you advice. And he said, advice? Ah, good. So what's the advice? He said, no, but you're going to choose between your money and the advice I'm going to give you. And he said, oh, between my money, I've worked for 20 years now. He want to give me advice. I'm going to choose from my money or the advice. And he was like, and the boss said, think, think about it. And tomorrow you give me um, an answer before you leave. And the next day, he was unable to sleep, all night thinking about it. Boo. Then when he woke up, he went to his boss and said, I have to leave. And the boss said, good. So this is so what decision have you taken? You want your money or you want advice? And the man looked at him and said, see, I need this money so urgently, because I have to go to my wife and everything, but I have to take your advice. I don't need the money. I have to take your advice. uh, Keep the money. And the boss said, do you know what? Yeah, this is agreement. Yeah, you keep the money, I want the advice. And the boss said, okay, since you want my advice, I'm gonna give you my advice, but my advice is in exchange for your money. He said, yeah, I know. And the boss said, okay, good. So advice number one I'm gonna give you is this: in life, don't go for the crooked, unknown way to success. It will always lead you to destruction. He said, crooked and unknown way. What do you mean? He said, when you're going home and you see a road or a way or wherever that is unknown to you and you are not certain or sure about, don't go through those ways. It might lead you to success, but it has its destruction. And he said, oh, good. And he said, advice number 2, don't get curious about evil thoughts or evil manipulations. He said, who? He said, yeah, don't get curious about it, about evil thoughts or evil manipulation or evil ways. He said, good. He said, the third one is, don't you take decisions. Don't make decisions when you are annoyed. Don't take decisions when you are annoyed, and don't make promises when you're happy. I said, oh, those are the 3 advice you want to give me. He said, yeah, so now you can go. And the man left. I said, okay, before you leave, when you've gotten home, I know that you love your wife so much. He wrapped a bread, small gift, and said, this is for your wife. Don't open it until you're before your wife. With her, have this bread and wrapped for your dinner when you get home. He said, good, thank you, and he left. So on his journey, he got to a point. He saw a way. He knew a way that leads to the city, and he saw 2-3 travelers also that said to him, we are going to so place. He said, yeah, I'm also going to the same direction. And they said, okay, we know this road, like 20 minutes and you get there. It's a very short road. And he said, I'm not used to this road, but no problem, I'm going to go with you. Then he remembered that his boss said to him, don't take crooked ways or unknown crooked ways or unknown ways. They always lead to success, but with its destruction. He said, no, I'm not going to go with you guys. I know this road. I know it perfectly. I know how to go on this way. Thank you guys. I'm not going with you. He left. And these guys went the way. And at night, he got to where he was going. And later on, news came around that some travelers went through certain road. And they were robbed by some hoodlums. Some were beaten. Some were killed, and some escaped, but they were robbed. They had nothing on them. And he sat down and said, wow, thank God I took to the advice of my boss. And he said, good. And he needed a hostel to pass the night. Then he went to an inmate and he paid for a hostel to pass the night. And he went in, took his dinner, and slept. By 3-4 a.m., he had some noise. He had some noise, some strange noise, And he got up, went to the door and was listening at the window, noise. And he was about going out, but he remembered what his master said to him, that don't be curious about evil manipulation or evil thoughts or evil things. And he said, whoa, I don't know nobody here, and this noise sounds as evil screaming or people screaming or things like that. Oh, and he said, oh, I'm not going to go out. He was there. Instead of going out, he used the time for something else, probably praying or whatever. So by 7 a.m. when he woke up to continue his journey, and he came out, and the master of the hostel said to him, oh, you're here? He said, yeah, I'm going. And he said, didn't you hear some noise last night? He said, yeah, by 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that, I heard some noise. He said, yeah, you did not come. I said, no, I'm not curious about things like that. I'm not used to hear. I don't know what. He said, that's good. That's nice. As you did not come out, it was here by 4-5 a.m. Since a lot of strangers come to lodge here by 4-5 a.m. There's some evil noise. People that comes out get devoured by it. And he said, wow, good that I did not come out. That was the second advice. And he said, wow. And he continued on his journey. So he got to his town some few yards few meters to where his wife was staying, and he saw his wife sitting and the man playing with his wife, taking care of his wife, scrubbing her hair and things like that. And he was like, wow, I've been off for 20 years, working, struggling, and my wife is there with another man. And he was very furious, he was very annoyed. He said, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna kill the two of them, and I'm gonna go back, and whatever they want to do to me, let them do to me, and let them jail me or whatever. And later he sat down. He said, oh, my master said to me, don't make decisions while you are annoyed. And he said, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna go to her and tell her that, see, I've been faithful to you for these 20 years, and since you decide to be unfaithful and you've gotten another man, so there's nothing I can do. You live on with your life. I'm gonna go back to my boss. I'm gonna go back there and keep working or start afresh again or whatever. And he said, good. Then he left. He went. He approached the door and he knocked, ta ta ta, and the wife opened and said, oh, welcome, honey. Oh, you're back. Things like that. He said, yeah, I'm back. I'm back for 20 years, and all the gift I can get from you is you with another man. He said, no, I've been faithful to you, honey, for all these 20 years. Yeah, you've been faithful. The faithful one. I've been faithful to you for 20 years. But I came back and saw a man playing with you, harassing you, and everything like that. And the wife said, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. When you left, I never knew that I was pregnant. But later, the doctor confirmed that I was pregnant. But when I wrote letter to you, there was no means to locate you. And he said, wow. So this is my son. He said, yeah, this is your son. Ta ta ta. And he said, oh, daddy, how are you? And you know, he hugged him and they had peace. You can see he remembered now that if I had took this decision while I was annoyed, I would have done harm to my wife and my child without knowing that this is my child. And they sat down at dinner. And he said, my boss gave me this bread gift for you. He said we should use it for dinner. I said, oh, that's good, that's kind of him. He said, oh, that's kind of him. And he said, well, for the 20 years I've worked there, I've saved money, but I decided to take his advice, and he kept the money. So that's the agreement we had. And the wife said, well, no problem, let's have dinner, and I'm just happy that you're here, then things will get sorted out. And they sat at dinner, and when he opened and the gift, the bread, and opening, he saw that inside the bread was loaded his 20 years salary and an extra 10 years bonus. And he was like, wow. So my boss really gave me this advice and still gave me this money, and even 10 years extra bonus. And they rejoiced and they were happy. So in summary, what am I trying to bring to you? That in life we should be very, very conscious of the decisions we make. We should be very, very conscious of how we want success. We should go for success with every breath we have, but in the legal way. We shouldn't do things crooked. We shouldn't join people in doing evil things. They say violence leads to violence. You know, no matter how good an evil may look like, it is still an evil. It can't turn to good because it is painted white. No matter how pretty an evil thing looks like, it is still an evil. So whatever or wherever you find yourself in life, be positive. you know don't indulge in evil things. There are short ways that lead to success, but at the end it's an evil means. There are a lot of people that have indulged themselves into dubious things to be successful, fraud and all kinds of evil things. There are a lot of people that have killed people. There are a lot of people that have done many evil things to success. That is not success. That is dubious ways towards success. And at the end of the way, at the end of the day, because it is an evil manipulation, they will regret it. You know, wherever you find yourself, be curious to invent new things, you know, but positive things. Don't be curious about evil. Don't be curious about following people in their evil art and evil way to success. No, that is not what success means. Success means you being legally prosperous. You know, when you're doing something in a legal way, be it sport, be it academics, be it job, be it businessman, whatever you're doing, you should do it in a legal way. Whatever you're doing, you should do it in a positive way, and put in all your energy in this positive means towards success. You know, today we have a lot of problem because the youth are growing up with an evil mentality, with an evil perception. You know, you see everybody, they need money, they need money, they need money. They do everything, they go through every means to get money. They do everything. They concentrate all their energy into evil manipulation, into evil inventions, into curiosity, into evil. You know, and yet at the end of the day, people are still languishing in problem, in poverty, in cells, you know, in prisons. That is not success, brothers and sisters. If you're doing anything that is not legal, anything that has no positive legal means, that is not success. So I remain Babainno on behalf of God's Advocate International. Hope you guys have learned from this success series, and keep watching, keep reading out there in my blog Babainno. Check us there, put it in Google, you see it, Ideopo Babainno. I have a lot of topics that I've shared with you guys, and thank you for those that have been able to that have been writing us letters, that have been writing us messages, you know, those that have really asked me to say one or two things on certain things. Keep checking out, keep checking us up here in YouTube. Um, Keep hooking up, and you will get learned. You will get a lot of our advices. You get a lot of positive ways, positive things we've used in encouraging you. A lot of inspirational talk. A lot of a lot of successful talks. A lot of things, you know. And God bless you as you listen. God bless you as you check us on. I remain Babainno for you. You always get what I say. The clue is this: create lives, build life, make life, and what? And sustain life. You know, that is our aim and our objective. You know, be positive, brothers. God bless you. I remain yours, Babainno. One love, you. Bye.